You're going to gather, that's what you got to do, I think. I'm not a pro at this, but you're not either. Is to gather a shitload of material, and then you narrow it down to a montage of pretty good of the choice shit, right? Something like that. Larry Griffiths, mixed media artist based at the 305 Miami-Dade County, Florida. And that's southwest too, the low crime area. I'm a Southern Yankee, born in Freeport, Long Island, New York, which actually, my birth certificate reads like the Bahamas. Nassau County, Freeport, Long Island. Even guys from New York don't realize this. All three places are in the Bahamas, so I find that interesting. And Southern Yankee, henceforth, the old man took us to before three coconut blights to the Chinese village in Maggiore. I have pictures of that, by the way, that are in a book. So yeah, I'm raised there, and this is my town. But they call two of my nicknames is Drift the Griff, because the old hitchhiking days in the 70s. Two guys are dead already, but historian also of the cultural events here. I'm a minority here in Miami as a WASP, man. Blue-eyed Larry. This old guy, Harry Minstrel, the Wandering Minstrel, used to sing a song for me when I got off a ship. Hey, this is in the Grove. He's playing out in public. This is for my friend Larry Griffiths, Merchant Marine. He played the Who song, what's this like? The Man Behind Blue Eyes. So I always got a kick out of that. But anyway, meaning the church, the mailboat down at the diner, anything, your own neighborhood, managers of any local businesses, they're gone. I got on a ship 4 months, come back, that's an average tour of duty, unless you did a standby or you did, half a year. They want 20 years for retirement, and that's not 20 years in shipping, that's 20 years sea time, which is utterly ridiculous. It's like that song. What it takes for a modern man to get a piece of ass in this day and time is utterly ridiculous. Well, so is 20 years sea time. But I got in trouble, so that was, what would you call it? Not parlayed, but I parlayed it. I was signed up for to go to become an officer and a gentleman. That's an antithesis, right? No, I can play it up. They used to say Larry dresses up quite well for shore leave. From overalls and greasy and painty to whatever the duds and the civvies, as you might call them, to go ashore. I always had, I'm not a clothes horse or a fashion guy so much, but I don't believe people when they say they don't care what they look like. Everyone cares. It's like human condition, man. We're a shipping family, literally. The old man is class of 43, Mass Maritime. That's my father, rest in peace. He was a man. He made it to master. They pulled him out of his class in 1943 for the war. 18 years old, he's a navigational officer. My oldest brother, don't hold it against him, worked for Exxon. He made second mate out of Kings Point, class of 76. We're all 2 years apart. There's a girl, she didn't sail, and one other brother that's 2 years above me, he didn't sail. And there's a funny story why he didn't sail. Kind of the family calling hit, you know how you apply for shit when you go to school? The area where you say, did you ever get high or do any, narcotics or something? And then explain on the back page. He's eccentric sculptor, artist also, so that runs in the family. He wrote, like he smoked a joint once, like what, Clinton, and didn't inhale. But, so explain, he wrote like an essay on the back. I think he thwarted it on purpose, like he didn't want to go to sea. and he would have missed the first ship, and he have to be in the engine department, and we're all deck department to begin with. Which, yeah, because I got to Rick, the younger brother, the baby is Mass Maritime 85. I'm Harry Lunchbox School of Seamanship, Paul Maritime, class of 83, SIU, Sick Individuals Unlimited. There's two things that I think are interesting in this. If you want to know this, LSG, Drift to Grift, like I say, and, well, Merch Marine Larry, and, well, it's just LSG now. But yeah, I got sent. I was in LA trying to ship out in 1983. Well, it became the summer of '84. I couldn't get a ship, so I went home, back to Miami. This is my home. We're in Miami now, Shenley Park, Southwest. I was sent out there. There's two ships, the Indigestion and the Constipation. That's American. Hawaiian cruises or classic, I don't know what they call it. They're all artificial reefs now. This is the early 80s, guys. They sent me to the engine room, and the only reason I almost stayed is the chief engineer, this dude named Wingate, was a friend of my father's. So that would have been pretty cool as an entry rating wiper to be in the engine room. But these are nasty old Italian vessels, man. They're not quite rust buckets. There's like 900 people with the passengers, considering Royal Caribbean now has the Oasis class of 5,000 people. You could put our ship on that ship. Engine room. I said, no, I'm deck department. My first job, entry rating. I'm deck department. That's family tradition, goddammit. So I went back to, I walked down the gangplank and went to the fucking office. Aloha Tower was the offices back then. And you could stay for $18 in the YMCA in Chinatown and Hotel Street in Oahu. That's what or at the Union Hall, you could get a bunk for $6 back in the 80s. I walked up and I said, no. And I'm so glad I did. I got Deck Department OS, which is Ordinary Seaman, which became, it was Fire Patrol, and I cheated on that because you're only supposed to get half sea time on your discharge. But I got full time. I don't know how I winged that exactly, but they made a mistake, really. Yeah, the indigestion and the constipation, pardon me, I ramble. That's my nature, big time. Like to the point of where the original subject is long in the past, not in the most recent past, is yes, it's the, they weren't USNS, because that's Navy. SS, because they were steam, actually. Think about that. They were steam, man. That's old. Because everything MV, that's motor vessel peoples. And if it's HMS, Her Majesty, but we're American, so there ain't no President Trump ships. Independence in the Constitution. And I did one Transpac, which doesn't make sense because a Trans-Pacific voyage, that's an abbreviation, should be, oh, by the way, I get back to the deck, I got the other ship. I was on the Constitution with the engineer dude, but I got off because I'm not engine room. No way, I don't want to start my career. That was like my second job. I worked at a liquid natural gas carrier in Japan straight out of school, and that's a good story, even though I cheated on 3 out of the 5 tests that you need. And they called us LNG babies because there's a bunch of, cryogenic, 260 degrees below zero to pump this shit. Basically a floating methane lighter, 80% methane. But a good deck department job for the time, very good money, and they're gone too, so I guess I can say what I want. They're gone. But, okay, god damn it, I'm getting on these tangents, man.
Talk to me about where you went to elementary school, where
you want to know that stuff? Because I know, I'm already in the 80s.
No, yeah. I need to know.
Okay, where I grew up, go with that?